I think it is very important whenever we talk about any topic to know our definitions, to know what we're talking about. So when we talk about anti-Semitism, there are some people that don't even know what the word means. And you talk about anti-Semitism and they look at you like you're speaking a different language. So defining anti-Semitism, the most simple way to define it would be to say that it is the hatred of the Jewish people simply because they are Jewish. Even though the word Semitism comes from the word Semite, which would include the Jews and the Arabs, when it's used in a negative way, which is anti-Semitism, against Semites, it's only used against the Jewish people, never against the Arabs. So somebody who is anti-Semitic is somebody who has a hatred, unjustified hatred against the Jewish people, which is done in, sometimes it's just in thoughts, sometimes it's verbal, sometimes it's physical, or it could be a combination of all, but it's always a hatred against the Jewish people simply because they are Jewish. All throughout history to today, we see that the history of the Jewish people is marked. There is a timeline of anti-Semitism acts against the Jewish people all to today. Anti-Semitism as a word, I mean, the belief, the ideology behind acts of anti-Semitism go way back to the very first Jew who ever existed. But the word itself was coined by a German man by the name of Wilhelm Marr in the middle to late 1870s, who wanted to differentiate between Jews and Arabs, and wanted to really start propagating this idea that the Jewish race, there was issues with the Jewish race and there were problems, and so it was becoming a racial issue, when before that anti-Semitism had not always been, if ever, racial. It was originally more of a theological difference between Christians and Jews, and then it evolved to this place where it became, in the 1800s, it started to become this racial issue, which of course Hitler took to its apex with the attempt at destroying all of the Jewish people of Europe during the Holocaust.